OpenAI and Google are clashing again, and this time the stakes are higher than ever. The newest leaks around GPT 5.1 and Gemini 3 Pro suggest that we're on the edge of another massive AI showdown, one that could redefine how artificial intelligence thinks, learns, and even reasons like us. Buried deep inside ChatGPT's internal systems, developers recently uncovered traces of something called GPT 5.1 thinking, a completely new class of model. This isn't just a simple upgrade or performance bump. It's a total shift in how AI processes thought. The leak appeared through backend code referencing multiple GPT 5.1 variants, GPT 5.1 rethinking reasoning, even GPT 5.1 Pro. And if those names tell us anything, it's that OpenAI's next big step isn't about speed, it's about depth, real human-like reasoning. Early data shows that GPT 5.1 thinking might actually take its time when responding, breaking a user's question into smaller logical steps before forming a complete answer. There's even speculation that it uses something like thinking budgets, where the model decides to spend more computation or time on complex problems, just like how a human would pause to think before answering something tricky. And this isn't just about reflection, it's about comprehension. OpenAI seems to have tuned this version for better context retention, handling ambiguity and nuance with a clarity that's eerily close to human cognition. It's a shift from fast answers to thoughtful ones. But the timing of this discovery isn't accidental. Google's Gemini 3 Pro is right around the corner, and it's shaping up to be their most powerful model yet. Reports suggest a 1 million token context window, enough to feed it entire books, massive code bases, or full projects in a single prompt. So, while Google doubles down on scale and memory, OpenAI is striking back with reasoning and thought, two entirely different approaches to the same end goal, building AI that feels truly intelligent. Now here's where it gets interesting. Hidden inside enterprise documentation, GPT 5.1 model isn't a whole family GPT 5.1 base, GPT 5.1 thinking, GPT 5.1 Pro, each one tailored for a specific purpose. Enterprises will soon be able to choose which model variant they deploy, lock in stable versions while avoiding unexpected updates. And if the leaked rollout dates are right, we might see GPT 5.1 arriving around late November 25, perfectly aligning with Gemini 3 Pro's release window, a deliberate collision course. Meanwhile, the open source community has spotted something curious, a mysterious model called Polaris Alpha on OpenRouter. And it behaves nothing like GPT-4 class systems. Its reasoning is sharper, its writing more natural, and its test performance far beyond anything currently public. Many now believe it's GPT 5.1 thinking, quietly being tested in the wild. This fits OpenAI's new rollout strategy perfectly. Instead of one giant, flashy reveal, they're pivoting to a modular approach. Smaller, specialized models for specific goals, speed reasoning, and professional use. Soon, you might see one version of GPT designed for instant chat, another for deep problem solving, and one more optimized for creative or enterprise workloads. But Google's not staying quiet either. Behind the scenes, they've been preparing Gemini 3 Pro and something even wilder, Nano Banana 2, the sequel to their viral image generation model built directly on the Gemini 3 Pro image framework. Internal leaks from Google Cloud's Vertex AI platform show early previews labeled Gemini 3 Pro Preview 1 2020-25, confirming the next major model is already in testing. Gemini 2.5 Pro is still holding strong, but Gemini 3 Pro promises a serious leap in multimodal understanding. And Nano Banana 2 is where things start to get really visual. The original Nano Banana model became a global sensation earlier this year, letting users turn selfies into hyper-realistic 3D portraits, pulling millions of new users into the Gemini ecosystem. Now, its sequel is aiming even higher. Built directly on Gemini 3 Pro image, Nano Banana 2 supports native 2K rendering with 40K upscaling, near-perfect text accuracy and generated graphics, and a new system that keeps subjects consistent across multiple niches. For the first time, AI-generated posters, UI mockups, or cinematic stills will feature legible typography and coherent visual storytelling. And here's the wild part. It understands cultural and geographic context. Type streetwear in Berlin winter or family picnic in Tokyo spring, and it generates visuals with region-accurate fashion, lighting, and scenery. The speed upgrades are no joke either. Nano Banana 2 completes complex image prompts in under 10 seconds, about twice as fast as its previous version, and nearly on par with Midjourney 6 and Adobe Firefly. And under the hood, it's powered by Gemini's multimodal architecture, merging text, vision, and image reasoning in one unified model. That same tech could soon show up in Google Photos, Android's wallpaper generator, or even real-time AI camera tools and upcoming Pixel devices. Developers are calling it the most coherent multimodal pipeline Google's ever built, but Google's not just upgrading its creative tools, it's expanding its developer ecosystem. Their new agent development kit for Go on ADK Go just launched, bringing agent-to-agent communication to Go developers for the first time. This means teams can now create entire multi-agent systems, intelligent AI clusters that collaborate securely without leaking internal logic or memory. The framework connects directly with over 30 databases and integrates seamlessly into Google Cloud, giving developers the power to build, test, and deploy real AI agents with version control and full debugging support. In short, it's Google's push to make AI development feel like real engineering again, not just prompt crafting. So now, with OpenAI doubling down on reasoning and Google going all in on multimodal scale, the stage is set for one of the biggest AI clashes we've ever seen. Both companies are racing toward the same destination, but from completely opposite directions. OpenAI's vision is shaping into something almost philosophical. With GPT-5.1 thinking, it's not just building a faster chatbot, it's crafting an AI that understands context, reflects, and adapts like a human mind under pressure. Instead of brute forcing answers, it's learning how to think. Meanwhile, Google's Gemini 3 ecosystem is all about integration, connecting everything from images to Lex devices into one seamless AI network. Gemini 3 Pro's massive context window gives it memory like we've never seen before, while Nano Banana 2 is quietly rewriting what we expect from generative visuals. But there's another layer nobody's talking about yet. Timing. Every leak, every test model, and every new preview release points to both tech giants aiming for a synchronized reveal window. Some insiders think OpenAI deliberately pushed GPT 5.1's development cycle to align with Gemini 3 Pro's launch, creating a high-stakes standoff where each release instantly becomes the benchmark for the other. And if you've been following the AI world closely, you can already feel it. The shift in tone. This isn't about chatbots anymore, it's about control. Whoever wins this round will define how reasoning, creativity, and multimodal intelligence evolve over the next decade. Developers are already experimenting with hybrid workflows, pairing GPT models for planning with Gemini models for visual execution, and the results look disturbingly good. That crossover potential might be where the real disruption starts, not from competition, but from how both ecosystems accidentally complement each other. Insiders have hinted that OpenAI's thinking models could soon introduce a persistent reasoning state, meaning the model remembers its previous problem-solving patterns even after a chat ends. If that's true, GPT 5.1 could be the first system that doesn't just respond, it learns how it learned. At the same time, Google's internal experiments with Gemini 3's multi-agent framework suggest it's testing autonomous reasoning teams, AIs that can divide a task among themselves and report back results, almost like a miniature workforce of digital minds collaborating in real time. And this is where things start getting blurred. What happens when an AI that can think slowly and deeply meets an AI that can see, hear, and generate instantly across multiple modalities? The lines between reasoning, perception, and creativity start dissolving. Already, early testers inside Google's research division are claiming Gemini 3's multimodal reasoning allows it to solve real-world physics and geometry problems purely through image interpretation, something GPT models have struggled with historically. But with GPT 5.1's new structured reasoning core, OpenAI might finally be closing that gap. And behind all of this, you've got whispers of another OpenAI project, something called Orion, rumored to be the bridge between GPT 5.1 thinking and the next gen multimodal models that could rival Gemini's vision system. Every clue we've seen so far, from backend traces to enterprise documentation, suggests we're entering an AI phase that's less about chat and more about cognition. It's no longer which one gives a better answer. It's which one actually understands why that answer is correct. If this trend continues, the next few weeks could redefine how we measure intelligence in machines altogether, and as both OpenAI and Google prepare for their biggest showdown yet, it's becoming clear this isn't just about who builds the smarter AI anymore, it's about who builds the most human one. GPT 5.1 is shaping up to think, reason, and reflect with an unprecedented depth that feels closer to consciousness than computation. Meanwhile, Gemini 3 Pro is fusing vision, language, and logic into a single multimodal intelligence that can see and understand the world like never before. Both are aiming for the same goal, artificial general intelligence, but their paths couldn't be more different. OpenAI is perfecting the mind, while Google is perfecting the senses, and somewhere in the middle lies the future of technology itself. Because when machines begin to reason like us, see like us, and create like use, the line between human and AI won't just blur, it'll disappear. So, what do you think? Is OpenAI's GPT 5.1 thinking model the future of cognitive AI, or will Google's Gemini 3 ecosystem dominate the next decade? Let me know your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe, because this AI race has only just begun.